My name is Leonie Hameson. I'm a public school parent and the head of Class Size Matters. And we organized this press conference today because we wanted to make sure that Commissioner Steiner saw the thousands and thousands of signatures on the petitions urging him to deny a waiver to Cathie Black because she's simply not qualified to run the nation's largest school system.
I am not convinced that Ms. Black would know if she saw a successful school.
The New York Charter Parents Association is 100% against the issuance of this waiver to Cathie Black.
What do parents want in a chancellor? Well, one thing that parents want, deserve, and demand is a chancellor with a track record of passion for public education, somebody who's actually done something, has something to show us, has a vision, something to articulate on the major issues facing our schools.
Cathie Black may be a great corporate leader, but she has shown this much interest in public schools and in education.
So the District 1 CEC joins the rest of the voices that you've heard today and throughout the city of leaders, parent leaders, elected leaders who reject and condemn this move to ask for a waiver for this unqualified chancellor.
We understand the DOE, we understand all the challenges, we understand the issues that are involved, yet I would never put myself forward to be a chancellor. Of course, if the mayor is looking for somebody who's more qualified than Cathie Black, I certainly offer my services.
The Citywide Council on Special Education has passed a resolution that the commissioner does not appoint anyone and grant anyone a waiver who does not have the qualifications, minimum qualifications required by educational law.
President of one of the 32 community education councils. My colleagues and I represent 16,000 elementary and middle school students, and across the city, 1.1 million parents. We are elected body by the parents to represent them.
I feel Cathie Black is absolutely unqualified to be chancellor of the New York City public school system, a system that serves 1.1 million kids. That's the largest public school system in the country.
For 8 years, our parents have been marginalized.
Parents and teachers feel very strongly that we need someone running the schools who has educational experience, who knows what our schools really need to improve.
Does Mayor Bloomberg talk about her supposed educational qualifications? Referring to Cathie Black as being a board member of Harlem Village Academy is not something that I would tout, considering that Ms. Black, even though she is a board member, has never attended a board meeting, or the fact that Harlem Village Academy has a 32% attrition rate and a 75% teacher attrition rate. So it's definitely not something to be proud of.
If the parents and the real stakeholders in the public school system were to have any say whatsoever, we would make it very clear that it's time for the corporatization of our schools to stop.
What we, the parents, have been saying for the last 8 years, this process with its secret meetings and phony panels and all of the rest that you've seen has proven what we have all known. Mayoral control is not working for the good of our schools, our students, our communities, and our families.
And there are very qualified people out there who have run schools and have significant administrative experience, but also know what the educational impact is of some of these very tough decisions.
We need somebody who really understands education. People forget that Rudy Crew was chased out of this town by a mayor who didn't understand education. And it was the work that Rudy Crew did that laid the foundation for some of the improvements we saw at the beginning of this 8-year term.
I don't agree that she's a great corporate executive. When I look back over her history, what I see is somebody who at every turn has put the personal pursuit of wealth ahead of principle. Whether it be on the board of Coca-Cola, advocating and fighting for the right of Coke to peddle its soft drinks to our kids in our schools, whether it be on the tobacco boards and fighting for the right of tobacco to peddle its noxious products to our youth and fighting for their right to do that.
Cathie Black, being on the board for almost 20 years. As a board member, what she has done is forced mass consumption of Coca-Cola on school kids throughout the country, and they have opposed every effort to ban these products in schools. Go to El Salvador. It was on a nationally televised documentary, and Human Rights Watch did the story. that Coca-Cola benefits from hazardous child labor in the sugarcane fields of El Salvador.
Chancellor, we'd like to furthermore thank the mayor for putting the final nail in the coffin of mayoral control.
Mayoral control is mayoral out of control.
We also have a petition. New York City Kids PAC has an online site called Waiver.com with links to both of the petitions as well as many of the resolutions from the various parent and community groups and the elected officials.